Hi there. Oh, my voice sound raspy. Welcome to the Obachon Chatter 2. I'm here with you this afternoon to do my recap, which I should have done Friday, and today is Monday. Huntsville, Belle Collective. Belle Collective, Season 7, Reunion Part 2. Okay, we start off with where we left off at, and it was Tamara sitting in next to Carlos, calling Mr. Juice Man because Shante was saying that she was in a relationship with the Juice Man instead of Damon. So she on the phone with him, and Juice Man pretty much say, Shante, keep my name out your mouth. You don't know your business. Shante come back and say, well, I heard it from a reliable source. I heard it from my boyfriend. Just like if the mom was talking to Tamara. You hear from your mate, you think it's real. So Damon said he don't have all the men on stage now. Well, anyway, she say she not dealing with it. And the boy said he don't have no bad feelings against Shante, but he don't know her, she don't know him, know her feelings. Get your facts straight, because what you feeling is bullshit. So, that's the end of that. So they're gonna start talking about everything. Let me go back here to this. Okay, this page. So Carlos asked Lateasha, did she think that Shante talked behind her back? And she said no, she never think that she does. Shante said they got the kind of relationship that if they do some shit that's messed up, they strong enough, their relationship is strong enough to come tell each other. And Carlos asked Shante if she felt like Lateasha had her back this season. She said it was a few times that she didn't feel like she did, but it was only because she had to make sure that whatever going on with them doesn't tear apart of the collectives. So Lateasha stopped with all this bullshit, crying. I'm just so emotional, and I'm more forgiving. But Shante said she's not more forgiving, and I just don't do this type of thing. So anyway, she's sitting over there bullshitting, like, I don't do nothing. And I would never, when she do something wrong, I said, girl, you just go too far sometimes. Shit I don't feel like hearing. So Shante say that the two of them have hard conversations. So that's that. So Amanda said she feel fake when she with Lateasha because of Glenn. So anyway, the men finally come out. And why does Lateasha tell Glenn that he look good? He look like shit. And why he always got on sunglasses? These is Versace. He had to guess what glasses he was wearing. He wear glasses every fucking reunion. And then she can't believe she said, oh, baby, you look amazing. No, he does not. And neither do you. So Cliff come out. He chilling between his wife and Amanda. They just sit there. He said he like to be between two women. He got to take, if he get it, he taking it. So Carlos said he's surprised to see Matt, because every time he see Matt on the show, he looks like, what my wife done got me getting into. And he said, yeah, but he's a supportive husband. He gonna support his wife. And Damon is here. Yes, here with Tamara. And then there's Mike, and he said it feels good being married to Selena. Carlos tell Mike he need to smile more, and he said he smile often enough because he does have a nice smile. So Carlos start off with this rumor shit. So Damon, he asked him about Juice Man and Tamara. Was that shit true? He was like, no, I told y'all it's some bullshit. And her sources is off and wrong. So Carlos said, I don't know what you're talking about, Shante, but ever since Tamara's an OG, and ever since she been on the show, the only man she ever talked about was mine. And asked her how she feel about everybody every year making her defend her relationship. So she said they playing for their baby. Everything that's going on with Damon and London and Tamara, all the shit was playing. So regardless what anybody say. So Amanda started saying that they started asking something about threesome, and Amanda said that Glenn asked her for a threesome, and he said, no, I didn't. And he said, yeah, you was. Yeah, you did. She said the day we was in the truck. And Latrice came over and told me, Lateasha said, you better get out of that truck with Glenn, because Lateasha got a problem with it. But Lateasha tried to act like she ain't have a problem with it. If you sitting if you sitting in the truck with my man talking, first of all, why the fuck is you in the truck if he ain't giving you no ride nowhere? Why would he can't say to you, he can't say while your ass is standing on the driver's side talking to him with the window down? So Carlos get on this joint threesome shit, which is fun. What I found is so weird because the first Lateasha said she ain't never did nothing with no threesome. She don't know what she's talking about. Then Latrice said, we done had this conversation a lot of times. And then Lateasha said, yeah, we have. She said, yeah, but you said that y'all did a threesome already. Which is amazing because Lateasha don't seem like that's that type. Don't seem like they do it. She down with that shit. And that's probably why he was cheating on her. Because at the age of 25 for your birthday, you wanted to have a threesome. And you so proud of yourself in front of this audience and shit. Talking about, it was my idea. I was the one that, low key, I was the one who came up with it. Girl, I don't want my fucking, and then y'all wouldn't tell if it was a man. If the third person was a man or a woman. Which to me, I'm assuming was a woman because Glenn don't look like he gonna get in the bed with no man. To me, I'm just saying. I don't think he'd let somebody fuck with his wife, a man, while he watching. She couldn't even have a manager. You know what I'm saying? Or this guy that was in her business shit that Glenn didn't get along with. So it was her that asked for it, but she was getting ready to tell us a lie until Lateasha put her ass on blast. So she said it was them, and she ain't gonna tell if it was a man or a woman. So I think it was Shante that Carlos asked Glenn if he liked them being friends, and he said she ain't no shady friend. She cool and shit, but she don't really like me. He said I can tell, but I'm good with it. So he reached in his pockets and come out. He said I only got 2 fucks to give, and that's what he put out his pocket. So he said he don't really have a relationship with Shante. His relationship is with his wife. Their relationship is with his wife. And he said, you can tell them somebody don't really care for you. He said, but it's fine. But I guess she must be okay for Lateasha to be around because he said she never did no snake shit. Then we started in the other room about Mike fathering the baby while he was with Selena. And Selena said when she first, so Mike said when he first had her, they came from Cliff. And, it was in a little picture. One of these 3 guys got a baby or some shit. So Selena said it was Maria and Carrie that brought it to her. She said she think Maria was trying to give her a heads up. And so was Carrie. Carrie said she heard it from Tamara. And I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck I don't care who said it. Is there a fucking baby? Yes or no? Who answered that? So he done talking about this rumor shit. So Carlos, he tells, he done with this rumor shit. So Carrie and Tamara make sure they get on this Mike got a baby shit. This rumor that they ain't throw each other under the bus. And they admit that both of them are squared, that they good, ain't no problem. So we start on Cliff and Latrice packet, and we talk about Latrice getting them things sis removed off of her ovaries, and how she really want to have a baby, and how Cliff don't want to have one. They showing them baby sitting London Simone for Tamara. That baby just driving them motherfuckers just crazy. Man, London tearing up the house, she pulling out flowers, going up the steps, blowing, fucking with candles. So Cliff said he too old. He got 5 sons already. And I think he might probably already be a grandfather. He said, shit, if I have a baby, I'll be raising her and the baby. And then Lateasha gonna say, Glenn, Cliff, don't say that. Sometimes you just shouldn't say that. Why? You and your husband say the stupidest shit to one another too. So Carlos tells the mom to put a cricket in Cliff's ear about having a baby and shit. Cliff don't want to hear that shit, so he just tell him, yeah, my mama told me one time that a woman ain't complete until she has your baby. So you even have to consider her feelings, not just yours. No, sir, I will not. If I'm a man and I don't want to have no goddamn kids, I'm not having no children. That's it. If I'm a woman, I don't want no kids. I'm not having no goddamn kids. He can have kids, but I ain't having none if I don't want any. So, they get on Glenn next because they're asking him, did he sign the prenup? And he said he ain't signing shit. He said, I feel some type of way about this. He said the whole time she been kind of living a soft life. Well, over there trying to do her own business. If she home, he works, she take care of the kid. He pay all the bills. He got her on some of his shit, his paperwork, his annuity paperwork and shit. He said, now, how that feel one day you come home from work, you've been doing all this, you've been laying down, paying the rent, the cars, doing all this shit, and now your wife is famous and she making money and she tell you, hey, can you sign this piece of paper right here? So you won't mess with my money. He said, I think that's fucked up. So they go around and they ask him about it, and I feel like even if she did a prenup, he could get him. He should make out okay with something, only because he has taken care of her for such a long fucking time. I guess she might have been working off and on, but he was the main breadwinner, so he was taking care of her. So pipe your ass down, and if he ain't, Glenn's not gonna sign that shit. Now, unless he become as rich and famous as her, then he might sign one. But everybody understand his point of view. And then we get on Cat. Then we start talking about Carrie, Matt, and the mother-in-laws, Miss Eleanor and Miss Marlene. Both of them get on my nerves. And Miss Eleanor goes that they want everybody to get on the same page. She want Miss Marlene to leave her goddamn daughter alone and stop being nosy in her relationship. And she says she a busybody. She not just busy in Matt's relationship. She got another son. She fuck with his wife and shit too. And she should just mind her business. So Carrie said to her relationship is normal with her mother-in-law. Child is not. I do not. I had a mother-in-law I still got her. I've been married to him for 28 years. And she's still my mother-in-law, even though he got a whole another wife. Okay? I ain't never talked to her like that. I got mad at her a few times, but I never addressed my husband's mother the way that Carrie talked to Marlene. So Carlos asked if she always liked Carrie for her son, and asked Miss Marlene. She was like, no. So they want to know what Matt wanted. Matt said he don't want them not to argue, but that'll never happen because they are so similar in personalities that they are just going to bicker. So Miss Marlene said she did not want him to focus on being in a relationship with Carrie. She said she older, but only by a year. So she said she ran him down, and both Miss Eleanor and Carrie said, "Nah, bitch, no, we didn't. She didn't run him down. Now tell her like this." And Carrie said she not no cleat chaser. She just liked him for what he was, and she said, so the mother said he would still be playing, would he be successful in ball if he wasn't with Carrie? And she said, yeah, I ain't want him with Carrie, with him practice on his ball. She was like, Carrie said my husband is a phenomenal baseball player, but he got hurt, he got injured. And she said, I tell you what, to be honest with you, I had been telling him the whole time that he was in this baseball shit that, hey, you need to move over to the business side, become a scout or an agent. You'll do much better at that. And she said, so I have helped him with his career. So that shit Miss Marlene ass up for a minute. So Matt just started telling us, and he do look uncomfortable between the two of them. He said, I got to show them the same thing. I respect and love them both. And he said, I have an obligation to my wife as well as to my mother. So, and they have very similar personalities. That's why. And they say that shit about people. They say, you marry your parent, your mother, the wife married her father, and the son always married the mother, or somebody like the mother. So Carrie said that she just missed Miss Marlowe and passed so much judgment like she don't do shit. And she said, I don't pass judgment on you. She said, the only thing I said you couldn't do is you couldn't cook. And she said, so Carrie said, I think I do a bunch of shit more important than cooking. So Miss Eleanor said the issue with Matt and Carrie is that they have a good relationship and it fucks with his mama that they don't. And she said that Miss Eleanor said Miss Marlene always complaining, but she don't never come to the house, watch the kids. She ain't coming up in that motherfucker cooking no meal. She ain't doing nothing. So Miss Marlene asked Miss Eleanor what she was drinking today. And Miss Eleanor said, don't play that shit. You know I do not drink. So Miss Marlene pretty much said, y'all talk about all the fuck y'all want to talk about, but I ain't changing nothing about myself. So as far as I'm concerned, they're going to argue forever. And she was sad because Carrie was sad because she had opened up 3 brunch places and this one that she had to close. So Miss Marlene said she would be cool with Carrie. She didn't blame her for her shortcomings. And she said her shortcomings. What? She said, I don't blame you for shit. So it's time to dismiss the moms because Carlos tired of talking to them and I'm tired of listening to them argue too. So he dismisses the ladies and he go around and start asking the ladies, because it's the end of the reunion, what the hell is their plans. Selena saying her and Mike is looking for their forever home. And if they don't have a forever home, they'll build a forever home. And Tamara says she's still fucking with the radio and she's doing some journalism work. Investigation journalism work. Investigative journalism work. And then she's also helping at HBCUs, black universities. Marie says she got her, they ain't just give me my thing. I earned my doctorate. I got my doctorate. And I ain't going to say nothing, but I think Marie do real good on that show because she been in business for 20-something years. She got a couple of clinics and shit. I think she doing okay. Lateasha says she going to get her her general contractor's license, which at what point, with Selena said if she get it, she'll go fuck with her about her house. And then Latrice, she just working on healing after 3 weeks of having her cyst removed off of her ovaries, and she's trying to have a baby. So with all that, that was the end of season 7. Yeah, that was the end of season 7, part 2. So listen, you've been with me for 18 minutes and 41 seconds, and I love you for it because you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me, and I will be back maybe in a few hours with my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I love you. Thanks for being here. Bye.